everyone, this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we are taking a look at this really cool and really vibey 2000 Gibson Hummingbird in its original vintage sunburst finish. This guitar has lived quite a life already, and it definitely shows some battle scars, if you will, but it is in a beautiful playing and sounding order. So yeah, let's dive into the specs first and then go over the condition. So this is like basically a normal Hummingbird that has seen some minor mods, but nothing too major. But it would then feature an all solid wood construction, solid spruce top, which is Sitka spruce, obviously then done in this beautiful vintage sunburst finish with the oh so iconic Hummingbird pickguard, and then solid mahogany back and sides, along with some 6-ply binding around the top, and then on the back we've got some 4-ply binding. We've got a mahogany neck with a rosewood fingerboard, which is then also bound, and we've got a 24 3/4 inches as for the scale length, which is kind of unique to models made by Gibson. A lot of them kind of have that shorter length, which are then the Hummingbird and also the J45, I believe, and more of those models. The profile on this is actually quite slim, really not all that big, which is kind of, I'm guessing, like unique to this era. So if you don't like that big of necks, then this is a really cool model for you to consider. Again, rosewood fingerboard, which is then bound, along with your really cool real mother of pearl inlays. Those are the split parallelograms, and we've got the original frets because we've got the original nibs at the fret ends, and then we've got a 1 inch and 11/16 inches nut width, and the Gibson headstock overlay with your mother of pearl logo inlaid there, along with your crown, and then we've got some replaced golden Grover Røde tuners. Now, as for the condition, maybe you can already tell, but this has been played and gigged quite a bunch, because it is by no means in like a mint sort of shape, but it is working and playing just beautifully. But we have had some cracks that have then been repaired on the top. You can see 2 running along from the bridge up to the end of the body over here and over here. If I hold it up to the camera, you can probably see that a little bit better up close. It is totally intact because it has been repaired really nicely, but it is good to know. The bridge pins have also been replaced to these really interesting looking, what appear to be bone bridge pins with these really cool abalone dots that have been inlaid there on the top. This model also had a pickup, not like from the factory, but that has been removed, but that was like an LR bag that would go underneath the strings in the sound hole. And to have that done, the pickguard has also been replaced, like it has been moved, and I'm guessing also replaced, as in that this is not the original guard, because this is, if I look at photos of like Gibson Hummingbirds from like this era, the pickguard looks very different, like more thin than this one. This is made by Gibson probably, but probably not the original one. But you can also then see that you have like a little bit of a gap over here between the pickguard and the fingerboard extension. So that was then done in order to have that LR bags installed. We are actually planning on installing another LR bags into this, but that will be like the LR bags anthem. So you then have just your controls over here on the inside of the sound hole, and then obviously then your input jack over here at the end pin. But that needs to be done first by Luke, our luthier. But that is cool to know. So in case you are planning on making this like your road dog, if you will, which this model has been, because again, as for the shape, it does really show some wear and tear, but nothing too major apart from those cracks that have been nicely fixed. But yeah, you do definitely have got some like nicks, dings, and just some battle scars, and then also then on the back of the neck it definitely has been played a bunch, that you can definitely feel. And then the last thing to mention, it also comes with a really nice hard shell case, which is not the original one but made by Gibson, and it is kind of like more of the modern Gibson protector hardshell cases, so made for the dreadnought acoustic guitars that are just incredibly well protective, really kind of like built like a tank, so it can definitely be, like I said, taken out on the road once more. So yeah, all in all, a really awesome player grade Gibson Hummingbird from the year 2000 that plays and sounds amazing, as you will hear so in a minute. So let's get to that part. But first, if you're interested in this 2000 Gibson Hummingbird, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of cool acoustic guitars, electric guitars, bass guitars, even of that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and to follow us on the socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's see what this 2000 Gibson Hummingbird sounds like. I'm going to be playing you some chords and then some lead style playing, so that you can get a good impression of what this really cool player grade Gibson Hummingbird all has in store for us. So let's get to that part. Take it for a spin.